Hi, my name's Daniel Ginshard. I'm 15 years old from Watford.
I'm Oliver Stewart. I'm 14 years old and I'm from Bewley.
I started karting in 2015. I was 9 years old, around Rye House in Honda Cadet.
I started karting in 2015. I was 8 years old and it was at Golspie Kart Track in the north of Scotland in Honda Cadet.
My highlight of the year so far has probably been Kim Bolton, as I had never seen the track before and I managed to win the final.
Winning both rounds at Lark Hall in the British Championship, that was an amazing time. So.
To become 2021 British Kart Champion mean the world to me and would help me a lot in my racing career into the future.
It mean the world, it opens up so many opportunities and it's just a dream that would come true. So I wouldn't be here without all the people that have supported me and helped me, so thank you.
Well, there we are hearing from Dan Ginshard and Oliver Stewart. Dan Ginshard on 779 points, Oliver Stewart on 727 coming into today. I think that picture has changed ever so slightly after that. Well, it's, yeah, now we're into the real business end of proceedings. We'll bring you up to date with the point standings. There's the number 87 of Vinnie Phillips, due to start in third position, on the third row of the grid, sorry, in 7th position. So Olivier Algieri started the season winning at Sherrington, Dan Ginshard won at Kimbolton, and then it was a double for Oliver Stewart at Lark Hall in rounds 3 and 4, and Harry Burgoyne Jr. won round 5 at Rowra. Overall, I mean, we've got, well, Stewart's got 2 wins, Jerry won, Ginshard has won, Burgoyne Jr. has won. Only Oliver Gray and Oliver Greenall, the 2 title winners in Junior X30 in the last 2 years, have got more than 2 wins in this class since Motorsport UK took over the ring. There is the number 17 of Oliver Stewart. He will start, not where he wants to, down on the 7th row of the grid. Fionn McLaughlin starting on the 8th row. There's Josh Agambar on row 9. We're still waiting for Sam Shaw's kart. There's Ella Stevens and Jessica Edgar sitting and having a little chat there before they go out. The 2 fastest ladies in the field. A bit further back, we've got, there's the Cato Motorsport kart of number 20, Lorenzo Cordal, down on the 13th row of the grid. There is Harry Cottrell for S8 Racing, that Terry Fullerton chassis. So looking into the eyes there of Harry Cottrell, focusing on the race in front. Just visualising the first couple of corners, visualising what you're looking at, who's around him, what am I going to do, where am I going to try and get in front of this driver and that driver. Further back, there's Rhys Lomax. So the repechage qualifiers. Rhys Lomax, Michael Rapsey, Aidan Lynn, Nathan Clifford, Freddy Allen and Sienna Gordon. My colleague thought that Sienna Gordon may have had a penalty, and indeed she did, but so too did Shravan Shanmugaval. So Mugaval was in a position to take advantage of somebody that had a penalty in front of him. The snag was he didn't read the memo that said don't get a penalty yourself. So Sienna Gordon does make it in 34th and last place this final. There's the Energy Course chassis of Red Waft Racing's Aidan Lynn. Alongside right at the back there's Freddie Allen in the number 66 Mick Barrett Racing kart. So, well, Freddie Allen's got all those karts in front of him just to look down. Now, there's Sienna Gordon in the number 23 BMR Restart machine and Nathan Clifford at the back. So, those 4, there they are. Big, all smiles there. Someone should have a word with Sienna Gordon about putting the right visor strip on her kart. Oh, dear. The BMR Restart team. I'll go and have a word. It's probably because she's got the Vera Tools visor strip on her normal visor, but she's wearing her Iridium one, which has got a different one on it that needs to be corrected.
Should we go through results from previous heats?
Well, you can if you want to. Go on then.
We can indeed.
Please do.
I will indeed. Race 1, Heat 1. Earlier on, the first race of the weekend. Of course, Harry Burgoyne Jr. Took that race win from Jessica Edgar and Milo Pilford. I believe that's Jessica Edgar's best result in a heat.
Possibly. Well, she's had a couple of wins. She's had a couple of wins, especially as a Mini X30 driver.
Well,
but, possibly this year.
Well, this year in Junior X30, yes, of course. Race 5, Heat 2 then was Dan Ginshard. He took that race win, of course. convincingly, 1.1 seconds clear from Burgoyne Jr. Archie Walker as well, finishing in third place after dropping 2 places in that one. Obviously, he started on pole position for that one. Heat 3 as well, of course, Dan Ginshard took that one, so he's had 2 heat wins, maximum points, which is why he's starting on pole position for this one from Archie Walker and Matthew Hyde. Here's a look then at the grid then for the final race of today. Dan Ginshard starting on pole position and extending his championship lead with Harry Burgoyne Jr. starting alongside Archie Walker and Olivier Algieri on row number 2.
Row 3, Bart Harrison and Matthew Hyde. Row 4, Vinnie Phillips and Brandon Carr.
Milo Pilfold and Charlie Webb round out row 5 on the 10th place. Gabriel Silp and Kanato Lee on row 6.
Row number 7, Oliver Stewart and Charlie Rippin. Row 8, Fionn McLaughlin and Finley Harrison.
Row number 9, Josh Agambar and Reese Newburn with Sam Shaw and Jessica Edgar rounding out row 10.
Row number 11, Ella Stevens and Nikai Singh. Row 12, Brandon Templeton and Marcus Luzio.
Row number 13, Lorenzo Cordell and Joseph Rippin with Harry Cottrell and Kian Gohill rounding out row 14.
Row 15, Reese Lomax and Michael Rapsey. Row 16, Aidan Lynn and Nathan Clifford.
On the final row then, on row 17, Freddy Allen and Sienna Gordon, of course, our drivers through from the repechage, starting at the back of the grid in this race. And what a race I think we're in for.
We are indeed. So, Dan Ginshard looking to try and seal the title as best he can over Oliver Stewart and Bart Harrison and Archie Walker. Ginshard, yesterday he was a bit of a walking wounded in the paddock yesterday because he'd had an operation on his gnashers.
He did, yeah. He had an operation. He's got stitches in his mouth.
Oh dear.
Yeah. But he's dealing with it well. 2 heat wins. Starting pole for the final. It's not deterred him whatsoever.
No, not indeed. But Harry Burgoyne Jr., again from a very famous racing family. For those of you that like your short oval stock car hot rod racing, the Burgoyne family name at Race Wall in Cowdenbeath. Woohoo! And you don't want to mess with them when they're in their but fearsome racing reputation. And here we go, Harry Burgoyne Jr. on the outside of row number 1. Light to green, we're off and racing, and Ginshard showing that he's got some sharp elbows as well as he eases Burgoyne over, and Burgoyne has to ease out of the gas, and that's cost him 3 or 4 positions as Ginshard opens up a huge lead with Bart Harrison coming through into P2 from the 3rd row of the grid for Mick Barrett Racing. Yeah,
textbook start there from Ginshard, already breaking away a massive advantage, but getting a warning flag for his troubles there, so keeping an eye on that one. Into hairpin number 1, the first major braking zone. Anyone running very wide? Oh, yes, one there.
That was Fionn McLaughlin. Over he goes.
And
back on. So the Irishman is back on. Minus 1 or 2 fillings, I'm sure, but there we go. Sienna Gordon at the back of the field battling with Freddy Allen, you can see going through there, but up at the front it is Dan Ginshard pulling away, and there's Olivier Algieri having to try and defend as Matthew Hyde goes through for the premium karting team. Number 51, rookie Matthew Hyde moves up a spot, and there goes Vinnie Phillips in the number 87 Strawberry Racing kart, and one of his teammates, that was Kanato Lee, following on behind. Yep. Oh no, maybe it was Harry Burgoyne Jr. following on, because Burgoyne Jr. actually, he's dropped to 7th place.
Yep, so as they all slot through, like you say, not the best start from Burgoyne Jr., down 5 places. Same with Olivier Algieri, down 4 places. Brandon Carr probably with one of the better starts out there. He's up 4 places now into P4. You can just see him in the background there, the number 30, who's just reaching for his radiator there, having a bit of an adjustment as they go through. One of the premium karts going defensive. Who is that? Is that Mr. Sam Shaw? I'm sure it is, and I'm sure I'm right. There we go. Out there. Oh, Sparks there off the 11th there. And that is Marcus Luzio for the Strawberry Racing team, running wide out of hairpin number 1, bring it back on, and then, got it back onto the straight and narrow. So everyone getting through, albeit there is a lot of jostling in the mid-pack and to the back of the field as well.
Yep, indeed. There's Lorenzo Cordal, you can see there, has picked up a couple of positions. There's the, you can see the number 54 kart, that's one of the MLC Motorsport karts. Now that is Joe Rippin. And he is down in about, well, he's outside the top 22 at the moment. It's so competitive here at the moment. Finny Harrison gets a warning flag. No, of course, Finny Harrison, the number 33 car, he's been lightning fast here, but just out of luck. So he's going to be wanting to try and, certainly make some ground. Bart Harrison has taken the lead, so Ginshard not fighting it. Bart Harrison, whose title chances pretty much have evaporated after the heat races, but he is still you know, going to go for the wins and just, make it as difficult as possible for Ginshard. Ginshard, though, in control now, and he can control what happens. Crucially, though, Anthony, he's got a huge gap behind him. So Harrison and Ginshard, and then free track back to Archie Walker. Brandon Carr up into 4th place. Then it's Hyde, Phillips, Burgoyne Jr., Canato, Lee, and Algieri.
Yep. Well, with the positions that they currently are now in this final, obviously Ginshard is comfortable at the moment, leading with 861 points.
Yep.
But as they stand now, Bart Harrison has moved up into 2nd place in the championship now with 805 points from Archie Walker's 793. Oliver Stewart, who is battling for the lead, is now sitting in joint 3rd place.
Yeah, and I mean, so 858 points for Ginshard, 805 for Harrison. So this is going to be virtually a crowning drive for Argenti Motorsport's Dan Ginshard, but still wants to go out, still wants to end, not a season, but end the day on top of the podium. Bart Harrison, looking at the junior X30 historic results, Bart Harrison, he has 3 second-place finishes and a 3rd-place effort in the junior X30 class, but not a win. And that is going to irk Bart Harrison. He came into this round last year, the final round last year, leading the championship but having not won a race, and that title went away on the very last race of the season. But he thinks, right, I need to win a race. I've been consistent and up at the front, getting on the podium for 2 years in this class. You've got to win a race.
Yeah, there is a big difference between 2nd and 1st, isn't there? No matter what anyone says, it'll be like, you're 2nd, you're still on the podium. Yeah, but it's not a win.
Yeah.
And it's getting that 1st win, that's what you need. Canato Lee, though, comes in with the fastest lap of the race, currently in 8th place. Sets that one, 59.28. Many drivers in the 59s, but, actually, the top 17 karts are in the sub 1 minute.
Yep, and they're all within 7 seconds either. And Oliver Stewart down in 17th place. It's just not gone well. There's Oliver Stewart in that number 17, the Birrell ART chassis for the Jade Racing team. And Stewart just hasn't quite had it today. It's not been, a day that he's going to remember fondly. And, really, looking at the championship standings, he's falling to 4th at the moment in the point standings. A great full grandstand. That's what we want to see on a Saturday evening at PFI, a full grandstand watching the British Kart Championship play out on its penultimate day, because we're here again next weekend for the last round of the Rotax Championship, the Rotax and the Cadet Honda, the Honda Cadet Championships rather. And a lot of these drivers in X30 are going to be out of the X30, the IAME X30 out in Adria in Italy.
I know one driver who's going to be out in Spain next weekend.
Oh, good. You?
No, not me.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But Harrison, Ginshard, Walker, Carr, Burgoyne, Phillips. So here's Harrison, Ginshard, Walker. Who, pray tell, is going to be in Spain next weekend?
Well, Mr. Oliver Stewart.
Really?
Yeah, well, of course, headhunted by the Rich Millet junior shootout thing. He'll be there. Potential for maybe next year, 2022, in the Spanish Formula 4 season.
Really? Oh, okay. I wonder if the Spanish Formula 4 paddock will appreciate shortbreads as much as we do.
I don't know.
I doubt it. I think you need to stay here.
I think,
or at least if you go to Spain, get the drive, but still post the shortbreads from Scotland down to us.
Yes. I think that's a fair way of doing it.
I think so.
Yes.
I think so. Now, yellow flags waving and Kart's off track. I can see Aidan Lynn parking his Red Waft Racing entry on the grass coming down towards the first hairpin. There it is. And he walks away. Somebody else was escaping the scene of the crime earlier on. We'll try and find out who that was, and we'll soon see when they come around the lap time, because there's somebody going to be right at the back of the field. Aidan Lynn walking away. Harrison continues to lead from Ginshard, Walker, Burgoyne, Carr, Phillips, Lee, Hyde, Shaw and Algieri, your top 10.
So very close between the entirety of this pack then. So we're on lap 8 then of this race. Bart Harrison leads the way, and I feel like we've not said Bart Harrison leads the way much this year, have we?
No, it's been a strange thing. I mean, he finished third in the final at Kimbolton. That is his only podium of the year, but he's been very, very consistent, like he was last year. I mean, in a class of Junior X30, whereas everybody knows it can get a little bit, how should we say, tetchy.
Tetchy?
Yeah, I think we can say that. You know, he's always there or thereabouts at the end. You know, not many penalties, not many nose penalties to drop him down. It's kept him in, well, the fight for second, if not the fight for the lead. And I think, well, he's got his head down. And Ginshard, so you're Dan Ginshard. You're on your way to a title. Do you make a move for the lead and risk getting a disqualification, or do you just sit there in second and, you know, follow the leader home?
Well, that is the question. I mean, if I was Dan Ginshard, yes, be comfy, but I'd probably still want to go for the win.
Because you're a racing driver.
Yeah,
yes, that's
exactly.
Every racing driver thing now. There'll be a whole phalanx of our Gently Motorsport personnel going, no.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Sit, nice, sit and wait.
Stay.
Yeah. Dan Ginshard's going, I'm not a puppy. You know, I'm a driver, but we'll have to see. The good news is that they're not battling. Burgoyne, what a recovery drive from Harry Burgoyne Jr. up into third position. In the number 68, Archie Walker runs in fourth. Then it's Brandon Carr in fifth for the Fusion Motorsport team. Kanato Lee, the Japanese, seventh. So Strawberry Racing got 3 karts in the top 7, in the top 6 rather. Then it's Sam Shaw in seventh, Matthew Hyde in eighth. Phillips down to ninth. Then it's Olivier Algieri rounding at the top 10 for the Dan Holland Racing team. There is Algieri on your screens just for a moment. Further back, it's Charlie Webb in 11th, then Charlie Rippin 12th. Gabriel Stilp is 13th. Luzio is 14th as Archie Walker makes a move. But behind Luzio, it's Milo Pilfold, Oliver Stewart, Josh Agambar, Lorenzo Cordal, Joe Rippin, Ella Stevens, then Jessica Edgar, Reese Lomax, Fionn McLaughlin, Brandon Templeton, Michael Rapsey, Mikai Singh, Nathan Clifford, Freddie Allen, Harry Cottrell, Sienna Gordon, Keon Gohill, Finley Harrison has had a problem and dropped back, Reese Newburn as well, and Aidan Lynn sadly out of the race.
Yep. So as that field comes in, we keep our eyes on these top 2 because they've not been separated here, have they? Bart Harrison pushing that kart as far as he can for the Mick Barrett Racing team. Obviously, like you now you were saying that obviously Mick Barrett Racing have won many races, finals, all sorts at PF International. But you're saying they have not won a final in the British Kart Championships.
Well, they haven't won it in Senior X30 or Mini X30.
But they have in Junior X30.
I'm having a little look now. Yes, they have. They have won a final with Josh Rowledge. And they have had 3 second places and 4 third places with Rowledge and with Bart Harrison.
Ah, well, there you go.
Now, historically, I mean, but Mick Barrett's last win in Junior X30 in the British Championship came in the opening round of 2020 at Rowra with Josh Rowledge. So it's been a while.
It's been a what? Indeed.
Now, while we watch the leaders, we were thinking about maybe Oliver Stewart making some progress. He's still down in 16th position at the moment, the Scotsman, for the Jade Racing team. Not going well for Oliver at all, has to be said. But we're getting into the last 60 seconds of this race now. We've got a good battle of the third developing, but the question remains, when does Ginshard go for it? Does Ginshard go for it?
If he's going to go for it, it will be when the last lap board goes out.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, Bart Harrison will start looking over his shoulder, and if Harrison looks over his shoulder and Ginshard just gives him the finger to say, yeah, no, go, push, I think that Bart Harrison will realise that Ginshard's not going to make a move on him, and he's going to take the win. Kanato Lee is moving up. He qualified really badly, Kanato Lee, didn't he? He's moved forward every single round, every single race today. He's up into 5th position. He's challenging Archie Walker for that, but these two, you know, comfortably in front. Now, Ginshard, does he sit? They're going to come across the line with about 4 seconds to spare.
Yeah, about 2 seconds on that one, so they couldn't have left it any closer, could they?
Yeah, no, so we've got 2 laps to go, a lap and 3/4 to go now. Here's the battle for third. Walker in the middle of a Strawberry Racing sandwich. Oh, and there goes Ginshard. So Dan Ginshard does go for it. You were right. I mean, there's me thinking that Dan's going to know he's going to take me fair, and you're saying no, he's going to go for it, and you was right, Anthony.
There we go. Who'd have thunk it?
Who'd have thunk it? Anthony, Sam Shaw 58.92 seconds, fastest lap of the race. So, now Bart Harrison, he spent all the race out front. He is going to be going for it on the last lap. So Ginshard is going to have to defend on the last lap. Now that is going to be, I mean, oh, if there's a gaggle of karts, if ever there was one. And this is the battle for third place. This is Burgoyne, and here's Sam Shaw now making a bid for the podium.
Surely not.
Surely is. Sam Shaw hasn't been on the podium since round 2 at Kimbolton. That was a second place finish. As we start the final lap, the battle is on for third. Under the bridge, Burgoyne wants it. Shaw wants it. Somebody running very wide going up onto the banking. Ginshard now has to defend. So down the hill, Dan Ginshard. Will he swing? Harrison tries to cross over. He's going to have the undercut coming off the corner. No, Ginshard defends. Now watch Harrison swing wide now. And now he's going to try the undercut up the short chute. Has Harrison got the momentum? The answer is no. Ginshard hugging the inside line. Is that going to slow him down too much going on to the back straight? I think it is. Harrison's got him. Ginshard squeezing him. Oh, wheel to wheel. Harrison up the inside. The crossover move. Ginshard gets the crossover done. Great stuff there from Dan Ginshard and Bart Harrison. Oh, and Dan Ginshard, he's going to seal the deal with a race win. Dan Ginshard is victorious. Harrison comes home in second again, and it was Sam Shaw on the last lap who took the final podium position from Archie Walker, Brandon Carr in 5th, Algieri in 6th. What happened to Burgoyne Jr.? The answer is he finishes down in 10th place behind Algieri, Canato Lee, Charlie Webb, Vinnie Phillips. Then it was Burgoyne Jr., Pilfold in 11th, Luzio 12th, Oliver Stewart only 13th. Then it's Matthew Hyde, P14, Charlie Rippin is 15th, Agambar in 16th, Stilp is 17th, Lorenzo Cordal 18th, followed by Joe Rippin and Ella Stevens, the top 20, Theo McLaughlin, Reese Lomax, Brandon Templeton, Jessica Edgar, Mikai Singh, Freddie Allen, Nathan Clifford, Michael Rapsey, Sienna Gordon, Kian Gohill, Harry Cottrell, Finney Harrison and Reese Newburn were the only other finishers, with Aidan Lynn not finishing the race. And onto the weighbridge goes Dan Ginshard, and of course I think that that has pretty much sealed the title for Dan Ginshard. Now Anthony is going to go down and speak to winners. We are going to be doing a paddock show which will go out on YouTube later on, and some of it will be shown in the lunch break tomorrow, but please keep your eyes peeled for that, viewers back home. But a big thank you, as sure Anthony will say, a big thank you to all the marshalling team here at Trent Valley Kart Club, the medical staff, the behind-the-scenes officials at the Wera Tools Motorsport UK British Kart Championship. It's been a pleasure to be able to bring you this. We're going to have the interviews with the drivers and then a break before the paddock show later on. So a huge thank you to everyone that's commented in on the live stream. There's a big thumbs up for Sam Shaw. Dan Ginshard taking his crash helmet off, and whoa, there we go. A bit of a sigh of relief there. I mean, now there's a smile. He's found that's either his dad or he's found Danny Sweeney from the Argenti Motorsport team. See a flurry of mechanics going into the scrutineering area behind the scenes there. That's obviously to get their trolleys and stuff ready to work on the karts. There's Jason, our cameraman, centre ground. He's been bringing you all the shots from the demi-grid area, those really nice up-close shots to get really into the emotion of an event like this. And yeah, Brandon Carr gives a big shakes a hand. There's Vinnie Phillips, shaking Dan Ginshard's hand. Good sportsmanship there. Anthony gets his microphone, and very shortly we'll be hearing this. Sam Shaw still with his crash helmet on. I think that's his teammate Matthew Hyde next to him. But pretty soon we're going to hear from Anthony Jordan, who will have a victorious Dan Ginshard with him.
Thank you very much, Henry. Yes, we've got our race winner down here with us for the Junior X30 race, Dan Ginshard. Well, an exciting final that was, all the way to the end. You looked like you were controlling the pace there with Bart Harrison all the way through that race, but at the end, just managed to get that move done and hold on to it. What a final that was.
Yeah, I mean, I was just looking at Bart's lines, looking at his strong points, his weak points, and just trying to suss him out the whole race. And, you know, I saw a gap with 2 laps to go, went for it, and it pulled off.
It did indeed pull off quite well, and of course with the championship as well, you're extending that gap more so. Of course, we go in tomorrow. We've got exactly the same process again tomorrow, but I'm sure, are there going to be celebrations tonight, or are we all going to save it for tomorrow night?
I think save it for tomorrow when we know it's completely done, but it's looking pretty good so far.
Excellent. Well, anyone you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank Argenti Motorsport, Curtis Gregory, Aventus Power and Kart Republic for everything they do for me.
Excellent stuff. Well done, Dan Ginshard. Great result in Junior X30.
Thank you.
Excellent. Let's see if we can chat to our second place man, Mr. Bart Harrison, but I don't know where he's gone. He's in here. Mr. Harrison, can we have a quick word? Final, obviously a tense one from your point of view. Talk us through that final lap from your point of view.
So had a good start, got into second, caught Dan quite quickly, got into the lead. He pushed me for most of the race, and he overtook me fair and square. And then coming into the 90 right on the last lap, he put me on the grass, so I couldn't brake when I was up his inside. So, I mean, he's won, but I feel like I should have been on the top step today, and I hope he gets a penalty for that because it's not fair.
Well, it's a great result still, second place, and we've got it all again tomorrow as well, so hopefully we can have a better result then.
Yeah, I think I know what he's going to try and do now, so I can come back and be ready for it.
Excellent. Anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, just my entire team and Aventus Power, my mind coach and my fitness coach. They're all doing a great job, and yeah, thank you.
Excellent stuff. Well done, Bart Harrison.
Thank you.
Excellent. Let's see if we can chat to our third place man, Mr. Sam Shaw. Surely not. So I've been saying that all day. Sam, what a result that is. Top 3, third place. A great result in the end of the first day.
Yeah, very happy. Looked like halfway through the day everything was going wrong, and starting from P19, damage limitation. So I didn't expect to be here, but very happy.
No, exactly. Talk us through that final lap, because we didn't really see it. It was off camera slightly. You know, it was a battle. You're going junior in there as well. There was lots happening. Talk us through what happened.
Going on to last lap, I was in 4th, and then Harry defended on the bridge, and he would go quite tight. So I just went to the outside, and he kind of went tight on the inside. I managed to go all the way around the outside, and then luckily it gave me a gap in 3rd. So yeah.
Yeah, great result. We've got the same again tomorrow. Heats, finals again. Are we wanting another top 3 finish, or we want to go a little bit higher?
Hoping for another top 3, but I'd definitely like the win. Consider it's my last race in junior, so hopefully you can go out on a high.
Are we planning on moving up to senior next year?
Yeah.
Excellent stuff. We'll see you then on that one then. But great result. Well done, Sam Shaw. 3rd place, Junior X30.
Thank you.
Excellent. Well, an exciting end to the racing today. More action coming up tomorrow, of course, because we repeat the whole process again and we crown our champions for 2021 in TKM Extreme, TKM Junior or Junior TKM, Mini X30, Junior X30, Senior X30 and IAME Cadet as well. Make sure you don't miss it. That's tune in at around 11 o'clock tomorrow. Make sure you don't miss a thing. But from myself and Henry Bodette and the Alpha Live crew and all the staff here at PFI, we will see you tomorrow. Goodbye for now.
Okay, we move on now to Junior X30. Sadly, there were no privateers in the final, but finishing as the leading rookie in 10th place overall for MLC Motorsport, it's Milo Pilfold. And looks like the Mini Egg has had to go home, so we'll give Milo his trophy tomorrow. On to the top 3 now, and finishing in 3rd place for premium karting, it's Sam Shaw. Congratulations, Sam. Now on to the top two. Finishing just 0.2 of a second back in P2 for Mick Barrett Racing, it's Bart Harrison. So Bart, who represented Great Britain in this year's CIK FIA Karting Academy, takes P2 for the Mick Barrett Racing team. But today's winner, representing Argenti Motorsport and his winning mechanic Curtis Gregory, it's Daniel Ginshard. Congratulations, and I think tomorrow we will see Dan Ginshard swap the number 49 plate on his kart for the number 1 in 2021. But ladies and gentlemen, your junior X30 podium today.